Your man out of Japan here, Jay Contra at the dining room table studio. And I've got 7 Super Nintendo games that I want to show you. We're going to look at the boxes. We're going to, even in some cases, try and at least from memory, compare and contrast these Japanese releases with their American versions. And I hope you see something cool. We're going to look at some great artwork, some great cartridges, and some fantastic games. Starting out with Super Mario RPG, my favorite RPG of all time. Great artwork, amazing soundtrack, fantastic gameplay. This is really, if I was trying to introduce anybody to RPGs in general, I would have them play this game. Oh, look at that. Oh, see, it actually is telling you here it has battery backup. That was a thing back even in 1996. Wow. Oh, I forgot how beat up this game was. But like a fantastic manual. I remember my story with this was back when I was a kid. I had a Super Nintendo and I actually didn't play it all that much. I was more into the Game Boy. I only had a couple of games for the Super Nintendo, like Super Mario World, but it was my friends who had a Super Mario RPG for some reason, and I picked it up, I played it, I borrowed it from them, and I had such a blast that I can blame Super Mario RPG for essentially getting me into console gaming. I don't think there was another game that I think had such an effect on me. Wow, they even included Luigi in the manual here. This is original Luigi artwork, all for Super Mario RPG. So actually it may be Super Mario RPG's fault for why I am the way that I am. If you want some inside Jay Contra there. Look, and this is, in the previous video, I've talked about the amazing 2D artwork that came out for the Super Famicom. For some reason, I actually think Mario RPG still works today. I feel like even though it's all 3D renders, somehow they were just able to bring the sort of design philosophy that they had for 2D sprites, and they brought it to their 3D renders that they would then turn into 2D sprites, sort of. Yeah. Here we've got Star Fox. You can see I've got the hard off original sticker on here. So I bought this for $2 years ago, and they were even advertising that it has the Super FX chip in it. You knew this was bringing a whole new level of gaming to your cartridge when it's got the chip on it. And that's how Nintendo tried to, oh my God. How they kept the Super Famicom relevant, the Super Nintendo relevant back in the mid-90s, as you had newer systems coming out that could do different things with their games. Then comes along Star Fox. A couple of Kirby's have the chips. Super Mario RPG, they basically just put like new processing chips onto the cartridges themselves rather than upgrade the hardware. And that's how they got you to do some crazy things. Like having a 3D polygonal game for the Super Nintendo, that must have been mind-bending at the time. Even as jaggedy as some of those polygons could have been. And then a very simple, understated label. Star Fox 1, it's, in retrospect, it is a cool game. I'm glad they did it. We ended up getting, I think, the superior Star Fox 64. But the original Star Fox it's a bit difficult to play today, I would say. I think it's just been exceeded in so many ways by the games that would come after it in the same series. Let's go from Nintendo. Let's go to Quest. Let's open up Ogre Battle. This is one of the first games that I picked up when I was in Japan because I'm a big fan of like tactics series. Oh, this is March of the Black Queen. Ogre Battle Saga Episode 5. Were there games that came out for the Game Boy for this series? But I remember playing, was it Ogre Battle 64? That was a fun game that I had great times with when I rented it from Blockbuster back in the day. I never bought it. I wish I had. I know it's expensive today, but it has given me a little bit of an obsession with the Ogre Battle series, even though I did sort of migrate over to the Final Fantasy Tactics series, even though there's like, what, 3 games total in that series? Oh, look, a little comic book. Look at that. There are so many of these manuals that have cool little comic books in it. Writing. Oh, and there's just so much story to this. I think you would actually sort of see this revived with the Wii. I know definitely with the No More Heroes 1 and 2, they basically just turned their manual into a comic book. But these, I think, did March of the Black Queen get localized? It was either this one or it was Let Us Cling Together. I think this got re-released for the PlayStation. Really interesting shift in art design when they're going from Ogre Battle, which are these sort of almost Squaresoft looking chibi anime characters, and then you go to like the full-on, oh no, we're mature now. This is hardcore. This is episode 7. I wonder what happened to episode 6. I'm guessing it came out for the Game Boy. What year did this come out? I mean, no, it's still made by Quest. Let's open it up. And I like the names are, I think, the best part. Like, Let Us Cling Together. Who was insane enough back in the day to think that would be a cool title? They were right, but I cannot believe that whoever was editing that did not try and change up the name, even just a little bit. Kachua Paueru, 18 years old. Bais Bozegu, 16 years old. Bunch of teenagers trying to save the kingdom. I mean, I guess back in the Middle Ages. No, even in the Middle Ages, teenagers didn't do all that. I mean, kings wouldn't even let you be king until you were 18, and sometimes even later, depending on the country. I got to get back into tactics games. I think, I've said previously in other videos that strategy games for the Super Nintendo have not particularly aged well. I do not think that is true of isometric tactical games, because those sort of, they were able to pace them more effectively, and the graphics look really good. It was sort of more art design first and then doing the graphics, rather the other way around that they would do for several other tactics games. So I think those have actually aged pretty well. Then we go to one of the biggies, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, or Zeruda no Densetsu Kamigami no Toraifosu. This was released in, I want to say, 92. And again, advertising. Yep, you can actually save this game. It's got battery backup. I recently played this, well, recently meaning within the last year or two, and I am shocked by how well this game still holds up. That and how when I played Ocarina of Time for the first time back when I was a kid in the 4th or 5th grade, I had not played Link to the Past before, so I was like, oh, Ocarina of Time, this is all original, it's all new to me, so that's really cool. But then what I realized after I finally played A Link to the Past a couple of years ago was that, oh yeah, Ocarina of Time is basically just it's just a 3D version of Link to the Past. I know that's heavily simplifying it. There's a lot of difference in terms of the details. I know, the little detail like one's in 3D, one's in 2D, but if you played Link to the Past and then you play Ocarina of Time, you can be like, I think I've seen this before. I feel like I've played this game before. You're going to have a hell of a lot of fun, but you played it before. One of these, still, despite there being more than 1,000 games for the Super Famicom in Japan, one of the best. These are legit 3 of the best games, not just of the system, but of all time. And now I feel like I want to open up Super Metroid. This can get a bit pricey when you're looking at it on eBay, but if you're lucky and you're in Japan, you can find it. I bought this for, I want to say, like $20 at a hard off. It's a bit beat up. You can notice the rough corners, but man, is this a good game. And it's not even that hard. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it ended up being. Yeah, you'll die a few times, but I think it's very playable today. And actually, I think the Japanese version has an English menu. I think you can, well, not just an English menu. I think you can change all of the text into English. I don't know why they did that. But hey, if you want to save a couple bucks, I don't actually think the Japanese version, the cost is that much different from the American version. But this is, oh my God, it is perfection. It is so good. And it's amazing to me that they basically perfected the series on the Super Nintendo. Metroid 1 is fine. I've not actually played that one yet because in Japan you can only play it on the Famicom disk system. But man, is Super Metroid so good. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, there was Metroid 2 Samus Returns. I actually need to get the remake of that for the 3DS. I think that'd be a cool version to play. I do have the Game Boy version. But this, you will not regret picking up Super Metroid. Amazing, amazing game. Let's put this back in and let's round off the video with Super Mario World, one of the launch titles back in November 1990 for the Super Famicom when it came out in Japan. It was this and F-Zero. And as I have said in a previous video sometime, oh hey, there's Luigi. I love it when Luigi pops up in the artwork for games that he's not in. I don't think he's actually in the game though, right? But what I was going to say is that Super Mario World is such a good game that... What? I completely forgot about this. That Nintendo could have just not made games. It could have just like, we're only going to come out with F-Zero and Super Mario World for the system. And I think that could have carried them through the next 6 years. What is... Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? Oh my god. I played this game. I finished my Japanese copy and I didn't remember it had a full fold-out map. Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. And you get all this artwork that... Where are you even going to find this artwork anymore? The Mantokame. Oh, man. This... Oh, I appreciate this so much. I don't know. Did they have this with the American version? I remember... no, I don't think so, because I have the American version of Super Mario World, and I remember it having a pretty basic manual. Nothing as cool as this. They gotta love it. Every game came with a little warning telling you to not keep your AC adapter in. You gotta pull out your AC adapter because it still draws power from the wall, even when you don't have the system turned on. Oh, wow, I didn't even realize Luigi was on the cover of this, or on the label. Wow, and then he just like, you're gonna show up in the game? I don't think so. I don't think so. So that has been 7 games complete in box for the Super Nintendo, also known as the Super Famicom. Some great games, best in class games, best games ever made. Hope you enjoyed the video. I've got like 3 more videos of all my Super Famicom games that I've got to make. So I'm gonna go take a break. I have been your man out of Japan, Jay Contra. If you'd like to see exclusive videos about Japanese game collecting, you can head over to patreon.com/jaycontra. And if you can support the channel over there, you can also vote in polls that will determine the future of the channel, as well as the games that I stream over on Twitch. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.